Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and I'm from Amanda Crochets, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make the Farmhouse Dishcloth. This dishcloth measures approximately 9 by 9 and you can make it in any color combination that you would like. And I use 2 different yarns for this pattern, and as you can see, this has a nice drape to it, but it also has a nice little texture to it, so it really does help you to scrub those dishes. And if you want to use this to clean off your countertops, or even use this to wash your face, you can do this either way. This definitely has multi-purpose use to it. So let's get started on making the Farmhouse Dishcloth. So for today's tutorial, you're going to need a size H or 5mm crochet hook. And you're also going to need 100% cotton yarn. And I have 2 different yarns here. So the first color that I have is, or the first yarn that I have is Hobby Lobby. I love this cotton. And I'm using Sage. And this one is Taupe. And then I'm also using this Brand Pima Cotton, and this is in the color Mineral Yellow. And for the Brand Pima Cotton, this is a 3.5 ounce or 100 gram, 186 yards or 170 meters. It's 100% cotton, and it's classified as a number 4 weight yarn. And then for the Hobby Lobby yarn, it is 3.5 ounces or 100 grams, 180 yards or 165 meters. Again, 100% cotton and a 4 weight yarn. So you can use whatever yarn that you would like. If you have a different yarn from these 2, you can certainly use that as well. I would just make sure that it is 100% cotton. So to make the Farmhouse Dishcloth, you're going to need to make a chain that is a multiple of 2 plus 3. So that means you take any number and you multiply it by 2, and then once you get your desired width, you're going to go ahead and add 3 more chains to the very end. So for my dishcloth, I ended up making a chain of 31. However, if you wanted to go ahead and change up the sizing of your dishcloth and make it bigger or smaller, you want to use that chain multiple of 2 plus 3. So for my dishcloth, I did a total of 31 chains like I said, so let's begin. So to make a chain, you're going to yarn over your hook and pull through that loop on your hook. And that is your first chain. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue making 31 chains or a multiple of 2 plus 3. Okay, so once you have your 31 chains or your multiple of 2 plus 3, we can go ahead and begin row 1. For row 1, you're going to simply just do double crochets across. So in the 4th chain from your hook, you're going to make a double crochet. So that loop on your hook does not count. You're going to count 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in that 4th chain, you're going to make a double crochet. So yarn over your hook, insert your hook in that 4th chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is your double crochet. So you're going to continue making 1 double crochet in each chain across. So in that very next chain, you're going to make a double crochet. So again, yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, yarn over your hook, insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the chains across, and when you get to the very end, I will meet up with you and show you how to continue for row 2. So here is what your first row is going to look like with all those double crochets. Now if you are a true beginner, I highly recommend getting a stitch marker and putting it in the very first and very last stitches of your row. So for your first row, you're going to have the chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. Those are the first chains that you skipped. You're going to put your stitch marker right here on the top of that chain 3. And then when you get to the last stitch of your row, you're going to insert your hook into this stitch right here. Now, as you make more rows, you're just going to simply move up your stitch marker, and that's just going to help you keep your ends straight. So moving on to row 2, you're going to go ahead and chain 1 and turn. And then for row 2, you're going to make a double crochet into the second stitch. So you're going to skip this very first stitch right here, and you're going to work into this next stitch. So go ahead and make a double crochet. Next, you're going to make a slip stitch into the next stitch. Well, now when you make your slip stitches, you want to make them fairly loose so that way when we do the next row, we can still work into your slip stitches. So for a slip stitch, you're simply going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through that loop on your hook. And this will create some texture, and it will actually pop out your double crochet on the one side of your work. And then you're just going to repeat this all the way across. So in your next stitch, you're going to make a double crochet, and the stitch after that, make a slip stitch. Again, you're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through that loop on your hook. And again, you want to make sure that you keep your slip stitch fairly loose. So you're going to alternate one double crochet and one slip stitch in each of the stitches. And then when you get to the very end, I will show you how to end this row and move on to row 3. Okay, so I'm coming up on the end of my row, so I have 2 stitches remaining. So in the second to last stitch, you're going to make a double crochet, and in that very last stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. So that very first stitch is going to be the chain 3 from the previous row. So you're just going to count up 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And in the top of that stitch, you're going to go ahead and make a slip stitch. Just like that. So this is actually the back of your work. So if you turn your work, you will see your double crochet stitches are popping out a little bit, so it creates that nice texture. Okay, so moving on to row 3, you're going to go ahead and chain 3 and turn. So 1, 2, and 3. And then for row 3, you're just going to go ahead and make a double crochet in each of the stitches across. So that chain 3 is going to count as your first double crochet. So you're going to skip this very first stitch right here, and you're going to go into this next stitch. So when you make your double crochet, you're going to turn your work a little bit, and you're going to look for that little V right here, and that's going to be the top of your stitch, and you're going to work a double crochet into the top of that stitch. Next, you have that slip stitch. So remember, if you were making this a little bit more loose, you would be able to go right into that stitch. So that stitch is right here, and you're just going to make another double crochet. Again, you're going to have that double crochet sticking out. So you're going to turn your work. You're going to look for those 2 loops on the top that forms that V, and you're going to go right underneath and make a double crochet. So you're going to continue making 1 double crochet in each of the stitches across, and I will meet up with you at the end of row 3. Okay, so I'm coming up to the end of my dishcloth and I have 2 stitches remaining. So I have this stitch right here, and then don't forget your chain 1 space, and that's where those stitch markers are going to come in handy if you're a beginner. So you're going to have that chain 1 right there, and you're just going to go and make your final double crochet into that stitch. Now this is the front of your dishcloth, so as you can see again, that texture is going to be all on the front side. And this is going to be very nice and just lightly textured. So to continue the Farmhouse dishcloth, you're going to repeat rows 2 and 3 for a total of 8 times, and you're going to have a total of 19 rows altogether. So go ahead and make your dishcloth. Again, you're going to repeat rows 2 and 3 for 8 times, and you're going to have a total of 19 rows. Once you get to the 19th row, I will go ahead and show you how to make the border. Okay, so here is what my dishcloth looks like. When you have your final row, or row 19, you should have a double crochet row, and that's going to match the very beginning of your dishcloth. So to move on to the border, we're going to go ahead and we're going to slip stitch into that around the post of the first row end stitch going down. So that means around this post right here, you're going to insert your hook and you're going to slip stitch. Okay, and then you're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And your chain 3 is going to count as your double crochet. Okay, so now you're going to work 1 double crochet into that corner. So going around that post, you're going to work 1 double crochet. Okay, and you're going to work 1 more double crochet into that corner, just like that. So we're going to be working down the side of our dishcloth first. So we're going to work a double crochet in the slip stitches and 2 double crochets around the double crochet post. So this is going to be your slip stitch, and right here is going to be your double crochet post. So when you see the slip stitch, you're going to work 1 double crochet into the slip stitch. When you get to the double crochet, you're going to work 2 double crochets around that post. Okay, and you're going to alternate this all the way down to the end of your row. So again, you're going to find that slip stitch and you're going to make 1 double crochet. And then when you find that double crochet, you're going to make 2 double crochets around the post of that double crochet. And this will provide a nice even border. So again, just alternate 1 double crochet in the slip stitch and 2 double crochets around the post of that double crochet. Okay, so then when you get to the end of your row, you're going to have that double crochet post and you're going to make 2 double crochets. Next, you're going to turn your work and you're going to be working along the bottom. So you're going to find that very first stitch, which is going to be right here, and you're going to make 3 double crochets into the corner. So 1, 2, and 3. And then along the bottom, you're going to make 1 double crochet in each stitch across. So go ahead and make 1 double crochet in each stitch across the bottom of your dishcloth until the next corner. Okay, so when you get to the end, you're going to have that chain 3. So you're going to go in that very last stitch right here, and you're going to make 3 double crochets. And the 3 double crochets is going to be for your corner. And you're going to turn your work, and you're going to be working up the other side of your dishcloth. So again, you have your post, so you're going to make 2 double crochets around that post. The next one's going to be your slip stitch, and you're going to work 1 double crochet. And then again, you're just going to alternate. So whenever you have your double crochet post, you're going to make 2 double crochets, and whenever you have your slip stitch, you're going to make 1 double crochet. So repeat all the way down to the end of your corner, and then when you get to your corner, you're going to make 2 double crochets right here. You're going to find the top of that chain 3, and you're going to make 3 double crochets, and then you're going to make 1 double crochet in each of the stitches across the top of your dishcloth. So I will show you how to make this final corner right over here and end your dishcloth and weave in your stitches, or weave in your ends. So just continue making your double crochets around your entire dishcloth. Okay, so when you get to the beginning of your dishcloth, you're going to find the top of that chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And you're just going to make a slip stitch. Now I already cut my yarn, so you can go ahead and cut your yarn as well. And you're just going to make a slip stitch. And then I just do chain 1, and then pull through and tighten. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get a yarn needle, and you're going to go ahead and weave in your ends. And I usually like to weave my ends in a little bit just to make sure that my end is secure. And you're just going to go in between your stitches in different directions. And you can do this however you like, as long as you feel the end is secure. And then once you feel like your yarn is secure, you're going to go ahead and just cut that tail off. Then you have your dishcloth. So this is what your dishcloth should look like. Again, you're going to have that textured side all on the one side, and then when you flip your work over, it's just going to be flat. So you have your dishcloth that's textured on the one side. And again, I use different yarns for this. You can use whatever cotton yarn that you would like. As far as the Hobby Lobby I Love This yarn, you could probably get 2 dishcloths out of 1 skein. And for the Pima Cotton, you might be able to get 3 dishcloths out of 1 skein. So it depends on how big you make them. But of course, you can make them in any color that you want. You can make them bigger or smaller. The possibilities are really up to you. So thank you so much for joining me on how to make the Farmhouse Dishcloth. I hope you enjoyed today's beginner-friendly pattern. Thank you so much. Now it's time to like, comment, and subscribe to see all future videos by me. And as always, happy crocheting. Bye.